just look at it. Just feel it. Just smell it.
Kind of funky, isn't it?
Oh, funky maybe, but beautiful.
I gotta admit, Lynn, I've never seen this shine in your eyes.
Looks like you've got a bit of a fire inside you, too.
Why not? I love this.
I love it, too. Yeah.
Oh, I gotta
For your brother out in the sitting room or whatever it's called. And then we're meeting Julia for a bite to eat. The three of us are going shopping to pick out handmade quilt for their bedroom.
How homey.
Yes. It's amazing how Julia's made a nice little home for them. Is this baby warm enough to go out?
He's dressed perfectly, thanks. I was looking for houses, John. Where'd you think I was? On a plane to Tahiti?
I wouldn't put it past you. Did you feed him?
No, I've made a decision. I'm gonna let him starve. Yes, I fed him. What is the matter with you?
I don't trust you.
Well, this I know because I found your little homing device.
Well, yes, after you ran off with my son this afternoon, it looks like I have good reason.
There is no need to follow me around wondering where I am at all times. It's stressful and completely unnecessary. We have an agreement, and I intend to stick to it.
When it comes to Parker, I will always want to know what you're up to.
Hey, you keep your dirt dicks in? I was hoping I wouldn't have to break into your suite. Ah. Looks like I might not have to play cat burglar after all.
Get here as soon as he could, Dr. Dixon.
All right, you send him in as soon as he gets here. Everything, okay? Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm busy.
You can't go in there.
What do you mean I can't go in there? That's my office, see? Okay, what do you want?
You see, this is exactly what I'm talking about. I'm worried, John. You can't be a full-time daddy and a full-time physician. It just doesn't work that way.
You weren't too terribly concerned about that when you signed Parker over to me. And if it's bothering you now, I suggest that you go home and count some of this trust fund money that you have. Now, if you excuse me, I got patients I have to look after.
But really, truly, patience at this hour.
You know something your sister may have been on to when she had you locked up in the loony bin.
John, I can explain this.
Explain what?
Well, I can explain why I need to feed the baby.
I think I understand the concept.
Really? Then why don't you let me do it? I mean, you want him to grow to be strong and healthy, right? Or don't you have time for that in your schedule?
I'm going to give you 3 minutes, Carly, and then you got to be out of here because I have a very important appointment. Carly, will you leave that stuff alone? It's all very personal and private. Let's just feed the baby and be done with it.
Oh. Okay.
Doctor, privacy, what haven't I seen here?
It doesn't entitle you to a free show.
What are you doing?
I'm just looking for the pillow here to support Parker.
No, you're not. I know exactly what you're doing.
You do?
Listen to me. We have an agreement. It is a legal agreement. Parker is mine. I will not let you get around this agreement by telling me that you have to feed this baby when it is not necessary. You're just trying to squeeze out more time with the kid, aren't you?
What are you saying, John? I'm milking the situation.
I hope he doesn't grow up to have your sense of humor. That was a lousy joke.
Well, thankfully for him, he does have my looks.
Okay, like I said, I have a very important meeting here starting in a little while, and you can't be around now.
Okay, what is this mystery appointment? What's the secrecy about?
None of your business.
Fine. Just Give it some privacy, and we'll be out of your hair in no time.
Listen, I am not leaving you alone with this child. Do you understand me? I know you, Carly. Every time I turn my back on you, you try to pull something on me. Well, I'm not letting you get away with that now.
You are crazy.
What's the matter? Come here. Give him to me. He doesn't need to be fed. As a matter of fact, it looks like he's going right to sleep. Okay? You don't need this, Carly.
Well, what about that prescription that Dr. Samuels was going to write for me? We've been arguing so much I forgot to pick it up. Now I need that.
Listen, you can come back and get it tomorrow, okay? Jocelyn, don't cry. No, everything's okay. Everything's okay. Ted, I'm glad you're here. Come on in, come on in.
Good to see you, John. You said it was important.
Yes, it is. I find I need some help, but I need help from someone in your particular field.
Then I assume the problem has something to do with this little tyke. Oh, get you? A custody case.
That's right, yeah.
Well, we can schedule a hearing for next week.
I don't know if that's going to be good enough. You see, this has become a personal matter.
Huh?
This is my son, Parker.
John, I had no idea.
Yeah. Well, I've tried to keep it private, really. But I'm afraid his mother has become a bit unstable.
How so?
You know, I don't like to talk behind people's backs. I really don't like to point an accusatory finger.
John, now we have a past. You saved my life with that bypass surgery you did. You know you can trust me. If this child's welfare is at risk, tell me. I can help.
I appreciate that, Ted. His mother's just not thinking very clearly, and she's, as a matter of fact, been observed officially.
You are saying she's been institutionalized?
Yes. I've been trying to help her ever since she was released, but I don't think I'm having much luck. And perhaps I shouldn't even drag you into this thing. I mean, but my back is against the wall. I don't know who to turn to.
Well, these times you turn to friends. You saved my life, John. I owe you. Whatever you need to facilitate this, count on me.
Oh, that's good to hear, Ted. Maybe we can just put this whole thing to sleep right away.
Well, we can arrange an emergency hearing tonight.
Now we're on the same page. But I don't think we should underestimate my wife. I think she would do anything to keep this child from me.
Including our previous relationship.
Yeah, I think if that were to come out, she would certainly try to use that as a bias to hold up your decision.
Well, I don't think that anyone's going to find out about our history. It's old news, don't you think?
You make me feel very good, Ted. Thank you.
To meet Brad and you start drinking again?
Molly, I'm not perfect. Okay? I tried for years, but I'm not.
I don't want you to be perfect, Andy. I just want you to be honest.
Well, I can't, okay? Damn it, that's why I didn't want you to... That's why I got you out of the apartment, because I don't want you to see me like...
What did you just say?
Let's not get into it now.
Brad was never gonna meet me, was he, Andy? You lied to me.
And the hits just keep on coming.
How could you do that to me?
Molly, it's not that big a deal, okay? It's not like I'm the first guy that lied to you.
No, you see, Andy, that is the big deal. You were different.
I don't want to be different.
So you let me just sit there like a moron, waiting for Brad, knowing how badly I wanted to see him. You used the one thing that would hurt me the most.
Don't you think you're making a bigger deal of this than it really is?
You know the worst part? You don't even understand how much you've hurt me. You asked me to help you. You trusted me like nobody else ever has. And you know what, Andy? I loved you for it. Because you made me feel like a real friend. And when we sat there together, stayed up all night and then watched the sunrise this morning together, I felt so proud. Because for the first time in a very long time, I did something good. I helped somebody else.